Andy Katz here for March Madness and NCAA.com with a look at the national semifinals. First, the Baylor Bears taking on the Houston Cougars, a 1 seed versus a 2 seed. Players to watch for Houston: Quentin Grimes and Dejan Jarreau. Jarreau, the playmaker, he's their leader. He's played hurt throughout the course of this tournament. He's their catalyst. But Quentin Grimes, he can go off. Can he go off, though, in this game from the perimeter? That's the big question. Now, Houston does a great job on the backboard, and they rebound from all 5 positions. But can they do that against Baylor? For the Baylor Bears, I'm looking, first of all, at Davion Mitchell, the Naismith Defensive Player of the Year, and Jared Butler. Butler can go off for 20, for 30. Is he able to do that against Houston? Ultimately, this game may be decided on the backboard, and players like Mark Vitale, I think, will outlast the Houston Cougars. So I think Baylor advances to the national championship game on Monday. In the late game between UCLA and Gonzaga, that's an 11-seeded UCLA taking on number 1 Gonzaga. For the Bruins, we know that Johnny Juzang has to score. Tiger Campbell has to have a good floor game, but they've got to get more out of Jaime Jaquez and Jules Bernard. They didn't, and yet still were able to advance out of the Elite 8. So, for UCLA to win this game, and by the way, they did look at a couple of those games that were tight for Gonzaga in the WCC against Pacific. They were down at the half. BYU in the WCC tournament. How did that happen? Well, Gonzaga didn't make shots. They didn't get easy looks early in the first halves of those games. So UCLA has to cut the court in half, cannot allow transition buckets if they're going to pull off the upset. And of course, they're going to have to score with Gonzaga. For the Zags, when they get going, when they're passing the basketball, when they're running, they're one of the best offensive teams we've seen in quite some time. Their big three of Jalen Suggs, Drew Timme, Corey Kispert, they're all going to be on. I fully expect them to. But watch out for Andrew Nembhard. He could be a key player for Gonzaga, both as a floor leader and defensively. The way they basically literally took the ball away from USC on the perimeter. Ayayi, Suggs, Nembhard. If that happens against UCLA, UCLA is going to be in trouble. I think Gonzaga is going to win this game, but there may be moments where they're pushed a little bit. They're clearly the better team. They're on a mission. They're behind me right now. They want to play 2 more games here and be the first team since the 1976 Indiana Hoosiers to win the national championship by going undefeated.